Hey, boys and girls, let's go ahead and start our next book with Junie B. Jones. It's Junie B. Jones and her big fat mouth. I have a feeling we won't be too surprised with what happens with Junie B. But let's find out. Are you ready? Okay. Chapter 1, and we already have a picture. There we go. There she is. Something looks like a big day. Are you ready? Chapter 1, called Punishment. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I go to kindergarten. My room is named Room 9. There are lots of rules in that place, like no shouting, no running in the hall, no butting other children in the stomach with your head. My teacher's name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's it. Last week, Mrs. clapped her hands very loud together when she made announcement to us. Announcement is the school word for telling us something very important. Boys and girls, may I have your attention, please, she said. Today is going to be a special day in Room 9. We're going to be talking about different careers you can have when you grow up. Yeah, only guess what, I said. I never ever heard of that dumb word careers before, so I don't know what the heck we're talking about. Mrs. made squinty eyes at me. A career is a job, Junie B., she said. And please raise your hand before you speak. Then Mrs. talked some more about careers, and she said Monday was going to be called Job Day. And everybody in Room 9 would come to school dressed up like what kind of job they wanted to be. After that, Room 9 was very excited, except not for me, because I had a big problem, that's why. Yeah, only guess what, I said. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And so it means I can't come to school on Monday. And now I'll probably flunk kindergarten. Hooray! Shouted a mean boy named Jim. I made a fist at him. How'd you like a knuckle sandwich, you big fat Jim? I shouted right back. Mrs. came over to my table. She bended down to me. Please, Junie B., you simply must try to control yourself better in class. We've talked about this before, remember? Yes, I said nicely, only I hate that dumb guy. Just then, my bestest friend Lucille, who sits next to me, stood up and fluffed her ruffly dress. I always control myself, don't I, teacher? She said. That's because Nana taught me to act like a little lady, and so Junie B. Jones should act more like me. I made a growly face at her. I do act like a little lady, you dumb bunny, Lucille. There she is, shaking her fist at Lucille. And don't say that again, or I'll knock you all on your can. Mrs. Dida frowned at me. Just kidding, I said very quick. Except for Mrs. kept on frowning, and then she gave me punishment. Punishment is the school word for sitting at a big table all by yourself. And everybody keeps staring at you, and it makes you feel like P.U. That's how come I put my head down on the table, and I covered it up with my arms, because punishment takes the friendly right out of you. And so at recess, I didn't speak to Lucille, and I didn't speak to my other bestest friend, Grace, either. I just sat down on the grass all by myself, and I watched janitor paint the litter cans. And I played with a stick and an ant, and that's all. I hate Room 9, I said very grumpily. Except for just then I saw something wonderful in the grass, and its name was 2 Cherry Lifesavers. Hey, I love those guys, I said. Then I quick picked one up, and I blowed off the germs, and I put it right in my mouth. Wait, don't do that, shouted a loud voice at me. Spit that out right now. I turned my head. It was janitor. He was running at me speedy quick. His jiggly keys were jangling all over the place. Spit that out, I said, he yelled again. And so then I spit out the Cherry Lifesaver on the ground, because the guy was scaring me, that's why. Janitor bended down next to me. I didn't mean to frighten you, sis, he said, but I spotted a bunch of dirty candy in the grass, and I was going to clean it up when I finished painting. He looked serious at me. Don't you ever eat anything on the ground, do you hear? Not ever. But I blowed off the germs, I told him. The janitor shook his head. You can't blow off germs, he said. Eating things that you find on the ground is very, very dangerous. The janitor picked up the dangerous candy. Now run along and play, he said. I did a big sigh. Yeah, only I can't, I said. 'Cause I shot off my big fat mouth in kindergarten, and then I got punishment. And now I hate my bestest friend, Lucille. Janitor just smiled a little bit sad. Life is hard sometimes, isn't it, sis? He said. I bobbed my head up and down. Yes, I said. Life is P.U. Then janitor patted my head and walked away. And so guess what? I just like the janitor, and that's all. Okay, that's where we're going to start. We are already starting out with drama. This is crazy. Look, my bookmark is a Band-Aid. It's going right in there. All right, stay tuned.